Hi, it's the 30-day adventure. This is the full moon bedtime edition. We're doing a full month of finding the joy and the nourishment that brings us through times of great change. And we're on day 6. This is an experience, a 30-day experience that is in particular working with the energies of this book, Dark Times Catering, which that's why it's called Dark Times Catering. It's like how to nurture and create and set the table of life during dark times. Is this book is about my dark times, but I think it could be dark times for you. It could just be changing times. But we certainly are moving through some dark times, so I guess it is still appropriate. Tonight, it's 11:30 p.m. where I am, and I kind of love that because we are actually really going to intersect with the full moon going direct. So if you're watching this recorded, you can still connect with that full moon energy. And I was curious what tonight was going to bring, because the reason I haven't done a video yet is this was just one of those days where I just needed myself. And those days where you just realize I just need to clean up. For me personally, it was until I'm in my more long-term housing, I've been in this Airbnb, which is very cute, but it's I just needed to set it up, do a reset, do tons of laundry, set up for the work week. I'm gonna, there's just a lot going on with people and socializing and friends coming into town. And I even had plans today I canceled besides work. And it was I just need me. And I am at a point where if I don't drop in and I don't get my needs met with myself, I'm probably pretty close to the edge, because it's just been big. It's been big to move and to do this book at the same time. And, I'm just in one of those big transitional moments, and that can be fun. It's fun to see actually what my capacity is at the moment. And it's fun to be fully expanded and extended. But, I could just feel today's a day where I gotta get it. I gotta come in and get in touch. And that is actually the energy we'll work with tonight for the full moon and in celebration of the book. So just now that my place feels really good, I'm ready for work tomorrow. I'm ready for my friend I'm going to go pick up for the airport. Everything's good and settled, and I'm okay, I'm ready. And I opened the Akashic Records, which the energy of that, of course, is a big part of my practice. It's also plays a big role in the book. And I opened the records, and I just felt the energy telling me where we're working with you right now, and where you're gonna work with the energy when you do this live stream, is really getting grounded by the roots, not just feeling supported and grounded and making your full moon desires and wishes in the places that people can see and that are about your relationship with others and with the external world, but really going into grounding and nurturing and connecting to the parts that are just for you. And even if you're in intimate relationships or you're living with people, we all have parts of our conscious experience, of our physical experience, our emotional, spiritual experience that are just for us, that are actually just something we see and feel. And there is that, right? There is a sacred relationship where even when we are deeply close with someone, or we feel very known and seen and met by others, there's things that are just ours, that are just part of our internal landscape and our relationship with ourselves. And this is a full moon in Aries, so it's a very fiery, action-oriented, expression-oriented full moon. It's interesting, yesterday we were really connecting to the body in this 30-day experience, and I was just looking at the Many Moons Journal, if any of you have that. Here's the cover. You may have seen this. It's a beautiful journal. A beautiful friend and client of mine sends it to me every year, which is so great. And it really focuses on the moon, and this month's moon is about embodiment. It's about really taking up space and really feeling yourself. And I feel like we can only make those really clear external decisions, the experience of fully taking up space and sharing ourselves with others. For that to happen really authentically, we first have to have that experience with ourselves. We first have to be in relationship with ourselves. So that's what we're going to nurture tonight, the relationship with you. And I'm just looking down at the note that kind of came through for me when I was opening the records on this. What is just for you? If we nurture and nourish the relationship we have with ourselves, we are already connected for those moments that are just ours. There are moments and there are times of bravery and courage, and action that are just going to be ours to do. We kind of already tuned into that a few days ago, right? Like, what is ours to do? And to be able to know what is ours to do, to know what is ours to share and express, and, to feel fulfilled by the world we're moving through, we first have to have that relationship with ourselves. And the way this applies to the book, I was thinking about it, and that it was a full moon. And one of the earlier chapters of the book, all the chapters have kind of interesting names. And there's one that's just called the Full Moon Ritual. And it was the full moon, so it was like, I believe, yes, it was like a Friday night full moon. And my brother had suggested to me, that I should go into a full moon ritual. Was hearing all this stuff from the doctors that they were trying to figure out what was wrong. They were like giving me prescriptions for things that I normally would not have taken. And I was just like trying to be open because no one knew yet that, I had the mold illness thing going on. And my brother had said to me, why don't you do a full moon ritual and go into your ritual space, with the records and all my tools and things, and bring these prescriptions that you're not sure about taking, and bless them and make them part of the ritual. And it's so interesting because he passed like that Monday morning. So it was like this full moon that weekend, and he ended up passing that Monday morning. And the ritual really, hey, if you're joining us, we're connecting with the full moon and our relationship, our actual like deep relationship that's just ours with ourselves. And so I did this full moon ritual to try to like get right with taking this medication or what was going on with me. And really what this full moon ritual gave me was dropping really deep with myself and really making a commitment to myself and to my relationship to myself. And I'm just looking at that. When I went into the full moon, the ritual in the book, I was seeing a lot of visioning. I was seeing a lot of, if you read the book, there's more details in there. But when I was connecting with one of the guides in that vision, which was a cobra, the message I heard was, there are energies within your body that must shed. There are beliefs within your mind you must release. Everything that must change will change. Make your declarations. Decide how you will move through the world and what you will truly commit to. And then what I write here is, I started to feel sharp, clear, nearly caffeinated. I moved closer to the candlelight, grabbed a notebook and a pen, and felt the truth of what I wanted pouring through my hand into the page. No more drama, no more confusion, no more worrying about everything and everyone else. It was time to remember who I was, how much I had already created, how much I still could create. Through this ceremony, a new agreement with my life was being written. And, you know, it's interesting because really what that ceremony gave me was, okay, you're really about to be on your own. In a couple days, you're about to feel more alone than you've ever felt in your life. Because my brother and I, we just had this twin soul connection, and he was born before me. So I really had never experienced reality without feeling that connection and, you know, the guidance of knowing you have someone in the world where you really are sharing the reality. You're really in a shared reality. You really have, you know, you're really like traversing this spiritual and family connection, right? So I just was about to lose that in the way I had known it for 35 years. And so it's so interesting because that actually was not a ritual for what I thought it was supposed to be, of like, you know, that medication or whatever, trying to like feel different than I felt. It was actually a ritual for me to get in touch with me and start to really develop a deep alliance with myself and friendship with myself. And also kind of this like, you know, it was Aries season actually when he died. So I don't know if it was an Aries full moon. It might have been, but it was the Aries season. It was April. And it was just like, hey, decide who you're going to be. Make the commitment and really ground that now. Decide the relationship you want to have as this person, because you're about to get rocked. And so life rocks all of us at different times, but something that's really important to have is that rooting, like the Akasha just said to me before we started, that rooting that no one else can see. We're blessing and we're grounding the roots that are just yours to see, not the flowers, not the leaves, not the branches that everyone interacts with, the roots. And so, yeah, that ended up actually being what that full moon ritual was, and in some way really prepared me for what was coming at the end of the weekend, right? Like I had to get into relationship with myself in a different way. And that would continue, right? Like through the process, but there was like something about that. And, you know, it's just so interesting, the way my brother was just like supporting me to be prepared for what was going to happen. That's not the only thing that happened that weekend where he was supporting me to be prepared to be on my own. Yeah, it's very interesting. He booked me the night before he passed. He booked me a session with his one of his like favorite Qigong teachers. And she did this whole thing with me to heal a broken heart, because I had been feeling so sad. I felt like I was grieving Gabe and I didn't know why. And then I was actually doing the practice when I found out what had happened. There's a lot. It's in the book. It's in the book, and the book is really sharing like the divinity and the divine plan when it looks like something is senseless. That there actually is, and this is the work I do with clients, there is always a story beneath the story. It's pretty amazing. I mean, it is. It's just part of the incredible being that my brother was. Like, he really was offering me some support and some tools to get right with my relationship with myself, without knowing why he was doing that, or maybe thinking he was doing that to make me feel better or whatever it was, right, on the personality level. So that is what today's 30-day adventure is about on day 6. It's about really coming into your relationship with yourself, and it is literally about to be completely direct. The full moon is about to go direct. So let's close our eyes. If you're doing this recorded, you're still touching these beautiful full moon frequencies. And as you breathe in here, just picture this big, glowing, beautiful harvest moon. Breathing that in. As the moon goes direct, we're breathing in this beautiful, glowing full moon, breathing it in, breathing in that light. Exhaling out and letting that gently move down the center channel of the body, starting at the throat. I'm willing to speak to myself, letting it move through the heart. I'm able to love myself. Letting it move through your lungs. I'm able to cry with myself and feel comforted by myself. Letting it move through the breasts, I can nourish myself. Letting the light and the energy move through the middle back into the organs and the muscles of the middle back. I trust myself. I trust this relationship I'm in with myself, this lifelong relationship. Moving it down through the hips and the base of the spine. I'm safe with myself. I'm in a safe and loving relationship with myself. And just letting the light of the moon illuminate anything you need to receive inside of your body, of your energy, around the relationship you have with you. And we'll just take a few breaths here. Just let yourself really relax, opening the pelvis, relaxing the shoulders. Just breathe, letting the energy of the full moon come in. I'm just going to work with us energetically. And this works live and recorded. Beautiful. Letting the light come into your ears. I can hear myself. I can receive my own voice. I can receive the words that are just for me, from me to me. There's certain conversations that are just for me, and I can receive that from myself. Letting that move all the way into the ear canals. Clearing and releasing the unkind and harsh conversations that you've had with yourself. Maybe you wouldn't want anyone to know because they're so harsh. The conversations maybe you've had, the way you've talked to yourself and heard yourself. And just let that release. This is a moment to release that. Let that go. Feeling the full moon coming, the energy coming into the third eye, the physical eyes, behind the eyes, relaxing the eyes. I can receive my perspective. I can trust my perspective. Letting the eyes and the face relax. And now when you're ready in this full moon vision, just seeing you at every age you've been in this lifetime up until the exact age you are right now, and just seeing every age you've been in this lifetime and the age you are right now in a circle. And you may even look like you're holding hands in a circle like the full moon. A round circle, feeling the love and the respect and the gratitude for each version of yourself that beget the next version, that beget the next version. This beautiful circle of relationship that's just you and you. Breathe that in. Breathe in that image. Exhaling out, letting that relax the shoulders and the spine. You have your own back. You have your own back. You've got you. Letting that move through the feet, and then feel yourself grounding. Now feeling those roots that the Akasha was speaking of, the roots that are just yours to know and feel and see. Rooting all the way down, saying yes to being this person in this body, in these circumstances, in this world, at this time. Just being a total yes. And then breathing in and receiving that grounded connection, feeling the nurturing of the earth, feeling how nurturing it is to be a yes to being yourself, being nurtured by the relationship you have with yourself. And as we come back into the vision, just before we finish here, of that circle of life, of you at every age, holding hands, just inviting any age that is relevant to your current process to step into the center of the circle. And it could be you in this moment, or it could be you in a previous age. Let that version of you come into the center. And ask her how she would like to be nourished by the or he would like to be nourished by the relationship that you are in with yourself. What does this version, age, aspect of you need right now? What do they need to hear? What do they need to feel? What do they need to be reminded of? And let that happen. And as you let that version of you, which could be you right now, hear what they've needed to hear, see what they've needed to see, feel what they've needed to feel, be reminded of what they've needed to be reminded of. Feel the soft, nourishing warmth in your body as that part of you that lives within you gets what they need. And now as we complete, just breathing in, letting every age, every version of you, every version of the relationship you've had with yourself, because maybe this is something you've worked on, where you've had a less connected, less kind relationship, and now you have a better one, but you can still embrace the previous version. Or maybe you feel like you were more in touch with yourself, and at this moment you haven't been. Just letting every version, every aspect of you, every part of you, breathe in, feel all of you embracing all of you, breathing that in, exhaling out. And we know what we needed to clear, we've cleared, and what we've needed to receive, we've received. We're just sending gratitude to the energy and to the guidance. We're sending gratitude to this beautiful full moon. We're sending gratitude to ourselves and the opportunity we have in any and every moment to deepen the relationship that we have with being ourselves and the path we're on for this lifetime. Okay, thank you for joining me, or thank you for joining me live or the recording. Happy full moon. and we'll pick it up tomorrow. Have a beautiful night.